Welcome, 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 welcome. This is a real Daddy God show, and my name is Anastasia McDonald, and welcome to a special edition on the women's, what is it called again? Women's International Day. We're so excited that we forget what it is. Woo! And right next to me is Queen Pattie. Woo! Hello, Boomy. Hello, Queen E. Woo! 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 Welcome, welcome, welcome. How are you doing? So yesterday was Women's International Day, and today we thought to have a special edition to hi Jake, I can see Jake there. Hello, hello. So we thought about talking about women's issue. What's up, Queenie? Yes. So we thought, because it's Women's International Day, I just wanted us to look at women from a different angle. So before we get into it, can I please ask you to share, tag, invite somebody, invite the women, because we're having a special edition today. Woo, 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 woo. Hey, 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 hey. So so please do the sharing. Please do invite somebody. We're going to go 45 minutes. I hope we'll be able to do much justice to the topic. So much justice to the topic in 45 minutes, which I know we won't be able to. But today we're going to be focusing on where it says you are the Star Award-winning woman that you are ignoring. Ooh. You are the Star Award-winning woman you are ignoring.
Wow.
All right.
Oh dear.
You and you and you and you and you and you and me and her. We are the Star Award-winning women that we have been ignoring. Queenie says she can't believe we're having fun. Don't worry, you'll be here. You'll be here next time. Don't worry. You'll be here. So, I was, I have never really paid particular attention to Women's International Day. Not really, but this time around, I'm in a time in my season, and I'm doing more, to grow as a woman. And I thought, when it comes to stuff like this, the people that seem to be celebrated always seem to be over there. Right?
What do you mean by that? What do you mean over there?
Well, it's always to do with people who have celebrity status. Hi, oh yay! So there are people who have, hi Tina, Happy Women's Day. So they always, the women that are being celebrated are women who have high status. They've done a lot, but they're over there. We're always celebrating people up there and over there, and then we forget about us. We forget about us, how we are overcoming, what we are doing, what we are achieving in our homes, in our corners, in our little places. And I thought, you know what? If we keep on looking up there and celebrating those who are, I'm not saying that there's no place for them, that it's not a good thing to do. It is a good thing. But what about you? What about you yourself? That's what we want to do.
That's amazing.
So, Queen P,
that is amazing.
What questions have you got for us today?
We have got, and you don't want to miss this. Like we just said, you need to share this. You need to invite your friends, your mothers, your aunties, your sisters, your cousins. Invite them, because this is just amazing. I mean, I want to look at this. When you came up with this topic, I just thought, oh my goodness. I personally have never taken time to look on the inside when we're celebrating women and heroes. So this is just amazing. So I'm thinking of asking my questions myself and yourself and others questions like, so when you look inside, what do you see? So what is in there? what have you achieved? What have you done? What has happened in your life? So it's like reflecting, looking back, and taking note of what has happened. That would be my first question. What has happened on the inside? What has happened in your life that you can stop and be like, I need to take note and acknowledge this milestone and really celebrate it.
Wow. You know what?
The first question is what?
I was sharing with them before. I was sharing with the Queen P. For those of you who don't know, this is Queen Pattie. I was looking at the internet and it from msn.com. So we're talking about how there were 7 inspiring stars using their fame for good. Another one says the most powerful women of the past 70 years, and they begin to list all these women. For the past 70 years, and I had to look at them. Some of them I don't know. Well, most of them I didn't know them, because we took about 70 years. And then there was another one that was dedicated to 14 things you didn't know were invented by women, which was also another thing I didn't know. I didn't realize, a lot of women had invented some stuff. And then there was another one that said 14 women you should follow on Instagram to brighten up your feed. And then there was another one that says the sportswomen who have made an amazing 12 months. So these are all other women. So I began to think about, but what about the single mother? What about the married mother? What about the struggling mother? What about the struggling student?
Mom.
What about the stay-at-home mom? What about the working mom? What about all you and I? What about all the things that you are, because you are the Star Award-winning woman. You are. But my question, like we were talking about, have you taken the time to look at yourself?
Absolutely.
Yes, so you were asking me about the how.
Yeah, the what. So
the
what is it? So we need to reflect and look back and take stock. So look at our lives.
Yes.
All the way from birth until today.
Yes.
We celebrate our birthdays each year.
Yeah.
And if you can look through, those 365 days.
Hi, Tofu. Hi.
Just ask yourself, this past year, this past 5 years, what have I done that is worth me stopping, and taking a look and acknowledging and celebrating this about me?
Yeah.
So that's one question I could throw. You've got this amazing show, and I can say in the past 5 years, what have you done? What is one step you've taken to really, come out and put yourself out there, and you did something that was perhaps scary, perhaps, difficult to do in the beginning, but you gathered yourself together and you did this. What would be one thing that you could point out?
Oh, I'm telling you, beautiful people, I'll say one of the most daring things I've ever done is to do this, is to launch the Real Daddy God show.
Wow.
I mean, I did my life story series in 2016. That was scary, but this one to me is more scary because I've never studied media. I never did a degree in media journalism and all that.
Amazing.
I haven't done that, to put myself out there and then become the host of the Real Daddy God show, a God a daddy and a God that I'm continually growing to know, and also to communicate this to the public, to put myself on a camera every single Saturday. Trust me, it is a very scary thing to do. It's not easy.
Wow. It's
not easy because sometimes I have to, sometimes I don't want to do it. Sometimes I feel, to be honest with you, there's the times when I feel insecure. There are times, I'm going to be honest with you, that sometimes I feel insecure. Sometimes I feel like, oh, what do you think you're doing? What is this Real Daddy God show? I mean, what is it? I mean, wow. I mean,
honest.
Like, how many people want to listen to Real Daddy God, and who is this Real Daddy God? So, every Saturday, picking myself. So I start creating my content on Thursdays. I know the topic, but then to sit down, do my research, go through. I'm the one that does everything, designs, everything to do with the Real Daddy, the things that I post on Instagram. I'm just one person doing all of this.
Could we break that down? Because we want to talk about practical steps that you and I could take to celebrate ourselves, particularly the women. So what do you do in the show? You're telling me you have so many roles that you play.
Yes.
So apart from being on the camera and being the host, which is absolutely incredible, What else? What other roles do you play?
Well, so for example, I design about 5 different things that I put out there for Facebook, for social media. So I've got one thing called Dear Daddy God. I've got another called What If. I've got another thing called I'm even I can't even remember. I've got 5 different things that I post every week, and they're very time consuming. I use my creative skills, thinking skills
to actually
design them
from
and
scratch.
From scratch.
Wow.
I have what do you call it, I don't know where I put it, every day a schedule, which is here. My schedule that I have here
organized.
That I need to do. I don't know whether you can see it. So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, the things that I need to accomplish all the time. And so I'm continually working and reading, researching, designing, communicating. It is a lot. Wow. Editing is just a lot that goes on. And then also, what do you call it? Then we talk about the day itself, setting up the camera, the sound, and there's so much that goes on behind the scenes before I come and sit here. Sometimes the internet is not working. Last week is a light. It's so many, just one person. So this is a huge thing for me. I'm not lying.
I am just amazed because you're the technician, you're the camera lady, you're the sound engineer, you're the graphic designer, you're also the marketing personnel.
Yes.
You're the talk show host. You're the producer.
Yes.
You're the executive producer.
Yes.
You're the director of the show.
Yes.
And you're also the scriptwriter of the show.
Yes.
How do you do that? All of that, all one person. And I tell you, my notes are prepared. This is how prepared our notes are, to the detail. I mean, you're just amazing.
Yeah.
Now that is worth celebrating. That is amazing.
Thank you. And this is what we're talking about women. You know, what we do behind the scenes that perhaps, nobody sees. And, every day you need to, get up and do it. That is the is it the how? Where are we?
Wow, we're on the what?
The who.
What we're doing.
Yes.
And so looking at that, we've looked at what you gave an example of the one thing, which broken down goes into so many milestones, of collection of milestones of things you've done with the show.
Yeah.
And I want to go a step further and asking you, so we've looked at one thing, and we looked at this one thing and how you managed to get yourself there. Now I have a question for you.
Okay.
Why? Why the Real Daddy God Show? Why this? Why now? Why?
The Real Daddy God Show is all about encouraging people to get to know this Daddy God, who is so most of the time misconstrued, misunderstood. Most even when with Christians themselves. I'm not going to go even to where the unbelievers, but I just have this thing because I grew up without my dad, and I know the impact it had on me. And then when I became a Christian, got to know the real Daddy God probably about a couple of years ago, and I've just had this thing inside of me to promote and let him know, to share about the reality of who he is, because he's such an amazing daddy that I want everybody to, and I know that he put that inside of me, and I want everybody to know, because that's what he's put inside of me. And that's what I'm doing, getting up every single day.
Amazing.
Every single day. And if I can add, even when there's nobody here, there's nobody live on the show, I just keep on going and just going.
Wow. And talk to me about the show. When did this start, and when did this actually kick in? When did this dream start burning inside of you, and what was happening?
So this actually started probably about 2 years ago. So I say 2, but then roughly last year it became more clear that you need to start something called the Real Daddy God Show. So it was an idea, and I thought, okay, all right, I don't know what to do. I've never done this before, so okay, I will step out in faith and I will do it. Like I said, I don't have any media skills. I haven't been trained, but I'm going to step out and I'm going to do it step by step. So here I am.
Wow. And you're here.
Yeah.
This is amazing. I mean, it's incredible. Like we said earlier, if you'd like to watch these programs, or you'd like to subscribe or connect, this program is available on a couple of social media handles. Could you tell us a little bit more about that?
Yeah, so I'm on most of this social media platforms, so Facebook, Instagram, Pinterest, Twitter, And yeah, those are the main ones that I am on. YouTube, we think these postings go on YouTube. So that's where I've started, just taking this step of faith. And I think I launched, I think, in September or October. Hi, Macreen. I started just last year, and it's just been just taking one step at a time, and one woman, just seeing, believing in a dream, and just not having anything, just my phone, and just starting.
Wow. Wow, this is actually amazing, amazing. I mean, I've known this lady for coming up to 3 years now.
Hi, Marie.
And she's just amazing. She's just amazing. Ever dreaming, ever passionate, ever, propelling herself forward and moving forward. A question I would have: what message do you have for girls out there, young girls who think, okay, maybe I'm not yet in that space where I've found myself yet, or I'm still finding my way and making my journey through life as a young girl? What would you say to them as a woman that a lot of young girls look up to?
What I would say to you is, learn to discover who you are, and don't get your affirmation or your worth from the world, because the same people who would lift you up are the same people who will put you down. And we've seen it happen in media time of those. They elevate you and they put and don't put yourself and your worth value in social media. So attain yourself to Instagram or Facebook or your following, which is what we see most of the time. But learn to discover who you really are. Who is that girl? What do you have? What are your gifts? What are your talents? What are your abilities? What makes you different? What makes you what makes you stand out? What is so unique and so special about you? Take time to get to know you, because you are incredibly amazing. There is nobody like you, and we need the unique you. Now, I wish somebody had walked with me in my teens and done that for me, that to help me know that, Anastasia, these seem to be your gifts, these seem to be your talents, these seem to be your abilities, these seem to be your interests, and was supporting me and coaching me in those areas, so I could believe in myself and then go out there. But I didn't have that, so I grew up with a lot of identity issues. I did.
Wow, that's just powerful. That is powerful. And moving forward, I have a question for you. So you've been doing this show, and it's an amazing show. And honestly, your following on Instagram is growing like wildfire. What are you doing? What's the magic secret? What are you doing? What's going on? Because Instagram, in case you're not too sure where to find her, is the Real Daddy God Show, all as one word. So what's going on in Instagram?
Well, I'm using obviously my artistic skills. I'm a very creative person, so I use my creativity to talk about God in a very bright and colorful and funny way. And yeah, and I just keep on pointing people to to make the decision, to look at it. I put those designs out there, have a look at them, and then you make your decision and see whether this God is who he really says he is, Amazing. So like I said, recently I added something called Dear Daddy God, and these are my personal letters that I write to Daddy God that I'm sharing with the world, because I want you to know that I'm not just talking out of my head, but I do have a real dynamic relationship with him, and I just want you to know what my letters look like. So I'm a real regular girl, yeah, to know that I do go through ups and downs, and I'm putting them out there so you can know that my relationship is we're not talking about is this airy fairy or fantasy. No, I go through the same struggles that you go through, so you'll be seeing more and more of those letters.
Amazing. And you mentioned something that's caught my attention, and I'm sure for viewers. You've pointed back to Daddy God. Yes. Daddy God being God, and you've said how you grew up without father figure, and how you've personalized your relationship with him. So my next question would be, what does he have to say about women? I mean, it's Women's Day. And he is a personality that is most important and strongest in your life.
Yes.
So what's his take on today?
Oh my days, people! This Daddy God, yeah, he's the one who made male and female. The Bible tells us he made male and female, and he blessed them. So this Daddy God blessed women. I mean, if you have any issues. And I know, you know, I know what is out there that is very challenging, and it tends to, we tend to look at women in a degrading manner. But for example, look at the shape of a woman. I mean, who shapes a woman the way that he does? You know, with all the features of a woman. So look at the difference between the features of a man and the features of a woman. Who took their time to shape this beautiful woman with all the female features? That's Daddy God. That's Daddy God.
That's right.
That Daddy God, you know, made us so beautiful, so unique. And after doing that, he blessed the woman and said, go and be fruitful. And fruitful is not just about bearing children. It's go and be fruitful in your mind, be fruitful in your emotions, be fruitful in your creativity. Just be fruitful on many levels. And he said, go. So after, can you imagine somebody blessed and said, go and be the best. Go enjoy. It's like the eagle that pushes us and say, go and be the best. Go fly. Go and achieve everything.
Wow.
That's Daddy God.
That's beautiful.
And he wants the best for all of us.
And what would be your message to the church? Because sometimes women and church and religion, you know, there's a bit of a struggle there, or a bit of an imbalance.
Yeah.
So what would be your take? What would you say to the church? What would you say to, you know, people who love God about women and and equality?
So church, I would ask you to please take a step back and look at the word again concerning women. God himself, this Daddy God, made male and female. He made us equal. Nobody is lower than the other. He made the two, and he blessed them. He didn't. God did not. He did not just say, I'm blessing the male, and therefore you, because you're inferior, I'm not blessed. He blessed both of them. So my take, or my suggestion, or my encouragement to the church is to begin to look at women from a different angle, that we are all blessed, and we've got a lot that we can do to help the church. You know, only God knows, and the wisdom that is not being tapped from women. The wisdom that is not being tapped from women, that because of, you know, perception and because of religion, you know, we are all amazingly beautiful. We all make the world go round. Wow. Male and female.
This is just amazing. This is just amazing. This woman is just addictive. I just want her to keep going. And what message would you give to women who are probably, let's say they're stay-at-home moms? Okay, so they're watching the show right now. There's spaghetti bolognese on their clothes.
Oh my days.
The dishes are waiting in the sink. You know, there's laundry to be done. I mean, probably haven't taken a shower yet because, you know, they're taking care of children. And they're thinking today, can't really celebrate myself. I'm not on top of my ball. What would you say to stay-at-home moms?
Oh, stay-at-home moms. You know, I've been there. I'm a mother of 2 adult children right now. So I know the challenges. I know all the hardship, the ups and downs. But let me tell you something. You have the top most amazing role. Even better than the president. I'm telling you.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow.
Your role is the most qualifying, the most amazing role you can have, because you get to raise these children, you get to nurture them, you get to mold them to be champions. Hi Ben, thank you. You get to mold and shape these children to be heroines. You know, you sacrifice a lot to raise them. So yes, you may be a stay-at-home mom, but what you're doing is very, very important. It is critical, actually. It is critical to the next generation. Absolutely. The next generation of leaders. What you're doing, you are shaping the next generation of leaders. So think about Obama. I don't know much about his mother or his story, but look at him today. So you never know. You may be raising the next Obama.
Wow. That's
so
amazing.
Your role is superbly amazing, if I can put it that way.
Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Now that is powerful. That is powerful. And the next question, we've got working mothers, you know, who feel, you know, they're trying to balance the time between, you know, work and their jobs, their children, their family. What would you say to someone struggling today to strike that balance?
Once again, I would like you to take time to look at yourself and celebrate yourself. Celebrate yourself. You are doing an amazing job. It is not easy being a mother. No, it's not. It's not, because you have many roles. So you've got a lot of demands in the workplace, and then you've got this continuing, it never stops at home. So the fact that you're doing these two, you need to celebrate yourself. You need to celebrate that you are the most amazing, regardless of what is going on. If I can put it there, please excuse my French, regardless of the shit that may be happening in your home, you are doing an amazing, incredible job. Yeah,
that's absolutely beautiful. Heartfelt message to the mothers. Like you said, back to the topic now, that you are the that woman that you've been ignoring. You are the star award-winning woman you've been ignoring. And tell me a little bit about this ignoring. Is it because we purposefully forget ourselves sometimes, or we are not making ourselves a priority? What's going on over there?
Well, the thing is that, you, for example, if you're a stay-at-home mom, you may think that, I look at me, and like you said, if you go, the house is a mess, you are a mess. The children, you don't have the strength even to sometimes even to give the children their best, and so you tend to overlook yourself, or maybe the people that surround you perceive you in a certain way. And especially in today's, what do you call, I feel like like if you are a stay-at-home mom, there's a kind of perception about you, and they seem to give priority to working mothers, that like they are better than those stay-at-mom. That's the perception. So you can have this thing on you that after what am I doing? I'm doing nothing. But actually, you are doing an incredible job. So we tend to maybe look at, like I said, the celebrities, those who have won Oscar awards. What's the other award again that they gave?
BAFTA, all these awards.
Yeah. So you may be looking over there all the time, looking up there and said, oh my God, look what she did. Well, look at this. But you don't take time to see how you are growing, whether it be spiritual, whether it be emotional, whether it be intellectual, whether it be financial. The steps that you are taking, regardless how small they are, the steps that you are putting in to make yourself a better woman, sometimes you tend to overlook, because even your surrounding, you are being ignored. You don't have somebody to affirm what you're doing. So you tend to sometimes, maybe you may tend to look at what you're doing that it's nothing. It's nothing, because after all, there are high and mighty people out there doing supposedly high and mighty things. So that's why we tend to not award ourselves, and also sometimes women, we can be catty. We don't support one another. We don't celebrate one another. Whereas men, men, the way they think and do things is very different. We don't tend to, sometimes we tend to be tend to put each other down. So
a lot of gossip,
backbiting,
so that can affect that. Absolutely. And what would you say to the family unit, so the fathers, the children, anyone listening who may be thinking, I'm thinking of that woman in my life, my mom, my sister, my wife, what kind of support, what kind of celebration, what kind of appreciation can you suggest that people could do to just appreciate the women in their lives?
I was just to say that take time to say thank you. Take time to say well done. Take time to say well done for what you're doing. Take time to see what they're doing. Because you don't know, you may not know their internal struggles. You may not know their internal struggles. So take time to see what they're doing and say well done, because a little encouragement goes a long way. A little encouragement goes. So the men out there, the husbands out there, the friends out there, everybody needs encouragement. I don't care who you are. Everybody needs encouragement. So if you got your spouse, and if you see them doing, then take time to notice what they're doing. Take time to explore their interests, and then give them an encouragement. And then, because that encouragement can go a long way.
Amazing. She's an exceptional woman. And like we're celebrating International Women's Day, just appreciating women, and where women come from. And we're looking back to is it the 70s or 60s, where women, couldn't really vote in some places, or women couldn't really say, you know, their opinions. Even until today, there are countries in the world where women can't really, voice out. It's not an option. And I read on social media that there's a country, particularly in the world now, where men can track the women. So they can track you. There's an application that's been made to be able to track the women in the Middle East.
Wow, I didn't know about that.
Eye
on what
to
they're
make
doing.
sure to control and sort of keep a tab on them, like you would children or something like that. So we are in a world where, you know, some women are struggling.
So there's inequality.
Suffering. Yeah, and there's inequality. As we do know, women are paid less for the same work that men do. So there's a lot going on. So, you know, in your own way, I would encourage to try and, you know, to any viewer watching, to try and, you know, just voice out and bring those to attention. And, you know, to give your opinion and your take. So that we could see, you know, what we could do with that from over there. Okay, so there's something that I want to ask you about here. What's your opinion for this year? The International Women's Day topic or title for the year is Balance for Better. Balance for Better. Tell us a little bit more about that in your understanding. Balance for Better.
Well, you know, the Women's International Day is all about addressing inequality that's in the world, as well as you were saying. And so the whole essence is for them to look at balancing once again. What is there for the man is the same for the woman. Just because, why is it that, why should a woman have something less because they're female? And who decides that? Who decides that? That's what I want to know. Who decides that because somebody is just female, so they must be treated differently and on a lower? And you've got, you know, women, like, you know, what we were saying about women inventors there. So you may have a female inventor, but they may not get the same recognition, the same pay, just because they're female. So come on.
Yeah,
Isn't it time to look at us and see our contributions? And actually, perhaps there's a lot of untapped wisdom, knowledge, creativity that you guys are missing because of this perception about women.
That's it.
You know, a lot of being missed out.
And a lot has been missed out. I've done a lot of, you know, research on social media, and I've seen that a lot of pilots, commercial pilots.
Yes.
There are a lot of women going into commercial piloting. Bless you. They're going into piloting.
Yeah.
Into the military. You know, women are going into mining. Women are going into medicine.
Yeah.
And into research and all those areas that tend to be, you know, a bit more, you know, male dominated. You know, women are also being promoted to lead countries and nations. And it's
here
just
we come.
absolutely amazing because women, you know, are as strong as men are. We're as strong as men are. We're perfectly capable. And I can speak for myself and say, you know, my household is, you know, woman led, and it's actually functioning really well. So, you know, it's amazing. You know, we're women. We've got the same, you know, mental capacity, physical capacity. We can do it.
We can.
So to any woman out there who may be divorced or, you know, single mother or on their own, you know, you can do it. You can do it. It's International Women's Day, and I want to say, you know, it's possible.
It is possible.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, take stock of what you have. Take a look at your gifts, your talents, your abilities, your interests, your passion, and see how you can channel these, you know, to make a difference. And sometimes making a difference doesn't have to be, you know, all right, so like on a global or national. Difference can be, like I said, at home. You are raising the next. I'm not using Obama because, you know, then you could be the one raising the next Obama, right? Somebody raising someone very important. So I want to encourage women to support. Let's support each other. Let's, instead of bringing each other down, let's support each other. Let's challenge each other to grow on many levels, and let's go out there and make a difference.
That's it.
Right?
That's it. We can do it.
We can do it.
Yes. So shall we speak to the women in diaspora?
Yes.
Our African sisters.
Yes.
You know, our West African sisters, our Southern African, you know, wherever you're from, from the West Indies, you know, or if you're in America, the Black American woman, you know, it might be, you know, 2-3 times harder.
Yes.
Being, you know, the woman of color. Due to stereotypes and a lot of, you know, colonialism, and, you know, and there's also the one about skin color, whether
Yeah.
you're lighter or darker,
Yes.
something like that.
Yeah.
All these stigmas around. What I can say is that you're perfectly capable.
Yeah.
So it doesn't matter where you were born and whether you're in a different country now and the systems are different. It's possible. It
is possible, actually. I know I didn't want to point about over there, but let me just pull out this book. I don't know whether you've seen it. It's called Hidden Figures. It's about this woman. This is a true story about the black female mathematician at NASA whose calculation helped fuel some of America's greatest achievements in space back in the day, long time ago. So who's to say what you have inside of you? Who's to say you've got something inside of that you are ignoring? Like I said,
right.
You are the Star Award-winning woman. You are ignoring. There's something about you that you have that you are ignoring that can make the difference. Now, like you said, for perhaps the black people, black women, is going to be maybe twice, 3 times, 4 times harder. They said doing the Real Daddy Go show is not easy for me. It is every time putting a lot to come and sit in front of the camera here. So for example, I've got 4 people who are live who are, I don't know those who are watching who have not signed in, but there are 4 people. But guess what?
The show must go on.
The show must go on.
That's right.
The show must go on. Because I don't know, come 5-10 years times, whose lives I will be impacting.
Absolutely.
I don't know, and I cannot give up. And this is not how I see myself today. Okay, we're back. We just missed out there. Yes. So what is Macrin saying? True. Women should support each other to stand with and for and by each other.
Absolutely. There's a comment you made, just this past week. You said something like, it's not very common practice, but it's a good thing, which we hear less. We should hear more. To women telling each other, you look amazing. Because it's more like competitive spirit. Yeah. What are you wearing? But say you're amazing. Yeah. Wow, you look great. Yeah. Well, take me back there. that was just amazing.
Like, just before we went live, I was telling Queen P that, oh my God, she is absolutely glowing. Oh yes, thank you. Yeah, the show must go on, even if it's because of me. Oh, thank you, my Queen. Thank you so much. Thank you. Yeah. So, you're right. The ability to celebrate another woman for what she has, what she's achieved, and we should do more of that. We should be the sisterhood, right? We should stand together and support each other. We should do more and more of that, honestly.
Yes.
And I think that the only way we can begin to do that is when we take time to look at what we have, begin to value our passions and our interests, our abilities, all the things, the good things that we have going. When we start to begin to believe in ourselves, loving ourselves, embracing who we are, who Daddy God has made us to be, then you can begin to look at another person and then celebrate them. So I think that the key is really, it lies with us women, beginning to look at ourselves, look at yourself. That's why I named this thing, you are the Star Award a winning woman that you've been ignoring. So if you don't take the time to know what are your talents, your abilities, your passions, your interests, your inclinations, and how you want to use this and to make a difference, until you begin to see the amazing person that you are, you're not able to look at another woman and say that you too, you are amazing.
Ooh, wow. Can't give what you don't have.
Exactly, you can't give what you don't have.
Amazing. 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 I'm going to take you back now.
Okay.
Okay, we've got 5 minutes to go.
Yes.
But what would you like to tell the young you? What would you like to tell the 8-year-old you? The young, little school going, primary school going Anastasia, walking to class, in the heat, in Africa. What would you like to say? What would you say to the youngest version of you, if you could go back? What would you like to tell Anastasia?
Oh my days, if I was to talk or speak to the young Anastasia, I would say that, Anastasia, you are incredibly amazing. You are just one of a kind. I love your smile. I love your creativity. I love your sensitivity. I love your uniqueness. I love the way that you love to support people. I love the way you listen out for people. I love the way you like to protect people. I like the way you love to help people. And you are going to make a great difference in the world, Anastasia. Go and shine. That's what I would say to Anastasia. I'll say that don't you worry. You go to all, and I love your creative. I love your heart for Daddy God. I'll say that, go and fly. Go and be fruitful. You got it. Go. You got it. Yes, I'll say to Anastasia that go and celebrate. Go and be you. Go grow and go. That's what I'll say to her.
This is amazing because you can only start to celebrate yourself when you spend time with yourself, when you learn about you more, when you get to know you more, when you fall in love with you, and you speak to you, and you're your best cheerleader. So that right there was practical, self-cheering on, which is healthy, self-love, self-motivation, which is very important.
Yeah.
And what can you say about the role of self-love, self-nurturing in celebrating yourself as a woman, International Day?
Oh my days. If there's anything that a woman needs to do, is, like I said, is to learn to love yourself. Learn to love yourself. Don't expect other people to love you. You need to take time. You take time for you. Begin to nurture. Like I said, get to know who you are. Get to know your design. So, for example, I'm an introvert, and I function best in quiet places. So I need to be in a quiet place for a period, and then I love to read, and I love to research, and I acquire a lot of knowledge. I love to help you. But first of all, I need to be in a quiet environment to get all that, and then go and give and support and coach and mentor. That is me, So you need to do that for yourself. You need to know your environment, how best you function. For example, a fish cannot operate out of water. If that fish is out of water, it's only a matter they're going to splutter and they begin to die. So it's really, really important to know your environment. Where do you function best? What do you become alive? What kind of person are you? Are you extrovert or are you introverted? What do you need to do to be this person? Yeah. I hope I've answered that question.
You've answered it well. I was just caught up. My mom and my 2 children are downstairs.
They want to come in.
And they want to come into the show. So this is proof that I'm a mom even on this show. I love that. You gotta love yourself.
Yeah.
You've gotta put yourself first. And that's something we were not taught, or it was not made so loud when we were growing up. But I'm so glad you've answered that one and you've nailed it.
Yeah, you seriously do. Nobody can do that for you. You really need to. Then obviously, when you have a relationship with Daddy God, then he begins to affirm more and more who you really are. The children are calling out for. If you hear any noise, background noise, it's the kids calling out for their moms. Oh.
Yeah, so I'll have to go, but I'll let you wrap up.
Yes. So thank you so much for all of you viewers out there, and those of you who are going to watch the replay. We're celebrating Women's International Day, and basically we encourage you to look that you are the star award-winning woman. There's so much that you're doing. You may not have all that is going on out there and all the pomp and all the galore, but you are that woman, that mother, that person. You're doing a lot, and I just want to encourage you to take time to look at yourself, look at your gifts, look at your abilities, look at them and learn to maximize them, and ask yourself, what do you want to do? What impact do you want to make in the world? What do you want to do? And even if it's like I said, raising children to be the next Obamas or whatever, the next scientist, the next what's the name what's his name, Mark Zuckerberg, whatever. If that's your role, then by all means do it and celebrate it. And please take time to nurture yourself. So my name is Anastasia McDonald, and I know this week we're just being us here today. So my name is Anastasia McDonald. I'm the host of the Real Daddy God Show, and every week I'm learning what it is to be fathered by God, and hopefully. For those of you that don't know Daddy God and you want to know more about him, then I encourage you to either drop some comments below or send an email to therealdaddygodshow@gmail.com, therealdaddygodshow@gmail.com. So next week I will not be here because I need to take time out to spend time with Daddy G. It's very important that my relationship with him is nurtured. So next week I will not be live here, but I will be back next 2 weeks. So have a wonderful rest of the afternoon. Thank you so much, Macreen. And I didn't know you did live program. So please send me whatever that you're doing. Let me know about it. And then thank you so much, Charity, and all of you who joined me live. And for those of you who watched the replay, thank you for joining us live on the Real Daddy God Show. And this is my amazing friend called Queen Pattie and her 2 children.
Hello, children.
Say hello. Where's the other one? Come. Oh, there they are. There they are. There's the mother of the year. All right. Bye, guys.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Thank you so much for joining us live this afternoon. See you next 2 weeks. Thank you. Bye. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Oh. Let me get the music on. Do. Hey. Okay, my dream. I will come. Hey. Bye, everyone. Bye, everyone. Woo!